Now to a new piece of technology that could be the key to travelling overseas sooner.
Yeah, it's been developed by global airline authority IATA, and it's a world-class app which not only keeps a copy of your passport but carries all of the information to demonstrate other countries that are COVID-free. It was back in March, exactly 8 months ago, when Australians were banned from leaving the country.
We have previously had a do not travel warning. That will turn into a ban.
And it could be another year before we're allowed to travel to our favourite overseas destinations. Finding a vaccine is vital in making that happen. And so too could this technology.
We want to develop a solution for everyone.
It's called a travel pass, and it could be the key to opening borders sooner and more safely. The app would display your COVID test result, COVID vaccination details, list the COVID entry rules for that country, and hold an electronic copy of your passport. Global airline lobby group IATA are in the final stages of development and say it should be available in months.
We need to get passengers back flying again, and that's really what's driving these solutions.
With COVID rules changing from country to country, there's no doubt overseas travel will be more complex. As a result, industry experts think our reliance on travel agents will soar.
That's where travel agents are going to be very useful to make people feel safe and knowing what they're doing, even for domestic travel.
And for more on this, we're joined by aviation editor at the West Australian, Jeff Thomas. Jeff, morning to you. Welcome.
Morning.
What do you think needs to happen for Australians to get back in the air travelling internationally?
Well, look, that travel pass is what this is all about. We need to have COVID testing before you get to the airport. You need to have a vaccination, and you need to be assured that everybody in the airport and everybody that you're going to be flying with, sitting beside, is COVID-19 free. And one of the issues with the vaccination is that it's 90 to 95% effective, so there's still that small area where it is not effective, and that's why the COVID test is important. Now, lots of folks are saying, well, we're not going to get vaccinated, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. Well, not too many decades ago, when you went overseas, you absolutely had to have vaccinations. It wasn't just one, it was about 4 or 5, typhoid, yellow fever, malaria, all those nasties you didn't want to get, and you couldn't get on board an aeroplane without your vaccination book. So it's a little bit of back to the future so we can move forward.
Yeah, you still have to have your little yellow card if you go to Africa and parts of South America even now. So it's no different. Alan Joyce is being slammed after he said, look, you're going to have to be vaccinated if you're going to travel on a Qantas flight overseas. Sounds pretty reasonable.
Look, it's absolutely reasonable, and the issue is it's not necessarily up to the Australian government or Mr Joyce. It's all about where you're travelling to, and I should imagine travelling to Singapore, they're going to be saying unless you're vaccinated, you're not coming in, and that's, I think, is going to really govern the vaccination story. Is what all the other countries of the world are going to demand, and with COVID-19 still out of control overseas, vaccination is going to be a very, very small price to pay to travel.
I kind of love it. It's all just back to the future, really, isn't it? What we used to be doing in the old days.
Will you have your mark on you?
Without the mark on your arm.